Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
I'm Sam.
Today we're having a look at the Dunedin Double Cask.
Alrighty, so this is a New Zealand whiskey. Is this our first New Zealand whiskey we've had? Yeah.
I think it's the first one I've ever seen. I've wanted this for about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. Because it has always been expensive, number one. That was the main issue with it.
How much did we pay for it just today?
It was on special for 100 from Dan's, but it's normally 130 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's coming down, it was like 150.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it. Dunedin.
Yeah, it's not a butcher job by us.
Yeah. Anyway, so double cask, single malt whiskey from New Zealand. It's Oamaru or something, I think is where they mature the... Yeah, it's a seaside island where they mature the whiskey. I'm not sure how old it is, 40%. They use a mix of like American oak, ex-bourbon, ex-French barrels, and ex-New Zealand red wine barrels.
Yeah.
So it could be quite interesting.
It's also craft, you can tell that from...
It's very craft. Well, anything...
500 mil.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. That's another thing. Like, you say $130, but that's like... It's not really $130.
Yeah, you're missing about 20%.
I don't know,
of the
like
bottle.
it just feels like it's... If it was full size, it's really like $150. Like they get you with the size of the bottle, but that's like every Australian or New Zealand kind of whiskey these days. But I don't know. What the hell is it? Every Aussie or New Zealand whiskey, I guess.
Yeah, we have to add the New Zealand.
Yeah, has this same like just kind of
Red.
base flavor.
Yeah.
And I've never been able to identify what it is.
It's like a red
flavor.
flavour.
To the camera. It's like...
It's how I imagine red tasting. It's red. Ever since the mountain gum, the red, that's probably where it associates from, the mountain red gum.
Yeah, it's like this, it's this really bright, like fruity, but like kind of...
Woody as well.
It's like a winey kind of like, I genuinely don't know how to describe it. That's
it's like an oaky sherry, almost.
It's like a spicy wood. Almost like rye, but not like traditional rye. It's like a different weird rye.
Yeah.
It's like herbal, like woody. I really don't know how to describe it except for like a really weird craft rye kind of flavor. It's probably as close as I could get it.
I really
it's
enjoy
still
it
not close to that. I enjoy it. It's just like we get it with 90% of like Aussie and now New Zealand whiskies, but I don't know what is imparting that flavor. If it's like the mash bill or something, I have no idea.
It's got a massive hit of nostalgia from like a candy. I don't know what kind of candy.
You get like raspberries from it. And like kind of mead.
It's a raspberry candy, now that you've said that.
Like that Sovereign Hill kind of...
That's it, the Sovereign Hill candy. That's going to be absolutely dribbled to anyone
It's such a like obscure, anyone who hasn't been to Sovereign Hill, it's like they're called raspberry drops. And they're like
sour kind of.
But they're also like kind of a masochistic kind of lolly. They're like olden day style lollies, super hard, dusted in caster sugar, and like you have more than two and they like slice up your tongue and stuff. But amazing, they're great. But yeah, I'm getting like a hint of that, which I love those lollies.
There's a bit of wood.
There's some wininess too. There's like a...
Getting a mouldy sock as well. Like a kind of mildew kind of, yeah.
The base kind of wet grain. It's not. I don't mind it. It's got some nice like toffee notes to it as well.
Yeah.
Less raspberry on the taste. Like it's. I don't know how to describe that.
It's like tart. All the sweetness kind of falls down.
It's less fruity. It's more traditionally like earthy, like more like a Scotch kind of. It doesn't taste like a Scotch, but more earthy, less fruity. It's
not as sweet as I was expecting.
No, I reckon if it was a bit more like that fruity sweetness, I'd like it more. It doesn't taste bad though. It's got that underlying malt that like Scotches have, which is kind of annoying.
It's not insane though.
No,
it's very mild.
It's for me, it's totally passable. Like it's not going to bother me that much.
It's quite hot.
It tastes
hot and tart with earth notes.
It's got a nice. Well, I don't know if it's nice. It's got a bitterness to it. It's got like this dry aftertaste. Oaky. It doesn't taste young or anything like that. What the hell am I getting? Like a coffee note or something? It's got some like
mocha
cherry
kind of,
bitterness.
yeah.
Like, you know, you get like cherries that are quite bitter. It's not sherry, but it's got the cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a pretty strong, like bitter cherry.
It's like you pick them before they're ripe, kind of.
Yeah, like the bitter skin. it still tastes red.
It does, yeah.
You know, like I don't know
Such
how
a
to describe
weird-
it. It's not a descriptor. Red is not like it tastes red. It's not really a good descriptor. It's useless. It's probably the worst note we could come up with.
I want to
people who aren't
send
actually tasting it.
Whiskey Vault a bottle of Mountain
Yeah, me
and
too.
see what they say about it.
Yeah, no, me too. Because
I don't know if it's just us. Like red.
it's just weird. It's just that I've never tasted anything like the red gum. Like that whiskey is just the Mountain whiskey is just so weird.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them taste it because I feel like they wouldn't have tried anything like it either.
I mean, there's only 2 in the world and they're both Australian, aren't they?
Yeah.
The red gums. It's very similar to an Australian.
Yeah.
You can tell they're in the same kind of region.
It's got that same underlying weird note. I
Mm.
think it's all barley. I think it's all New Zealand barley. Yeah. 100% New Zealand malted barley. It's in pot stills. That's, I reckon, why we're getting that kind of like strength out of it.
That's like the third whiskey in a row that's been in a pot still.
I think it's like objectively like
Better.
Like it's
more flavourful,
Like it's
yeah.
more flavorful. It's denser. It's got more oils and congeners and stuff. It's just going to be more flavorful. I think that's why it's getting by that 40%, which is not normally like a percentage that we're particularly happy with. We prefer quite a bit higher.
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
This doesn't taste like a 40%.
Doesn't
It
taste
tastes a bit higher.
It's like 46. Your phone.
Fuck the silent.
Dickhead.
Imagine this at like a cask strength.
I reckon that weird Aussie
It would be
underlying flavour
gnarly.
at that cask strength would be really, really nice.
Mm. Would it be overpowering though?
Yeah, but that's good. That's what I like. I like a cask strength Isla's. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be overpowered. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one, but consistent in its weirdness to a lot of Aussie whiskies.
And also the distribution's relatively good in Victoria, at least.
Yeah.
I've seen it in every dance I've been
Have
to.
you seen any other ones from them?
From these guys? No.
Yeah.
I've never seen any other New Zealand whiskey, full stop. Only this one.
Yeah, I don't know. If anyone's watching from New Zealand, let us know if there are any like super popular, because I'd like to know what's like the New Zealand's equivalent of like Starward, like something that just like is the kind of, I don't know, go-to for if you're saying what's like your most popular local, like what's going to be the one. Like ours is, Victoria's going to be Starward. They're the biggest.
Yeah.
I want to know what it is in New Zealand and stuff and where like this ranks among them. I want to try different ones from these guys, but I want to try just different New Zealand distilleries altogether.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. So if you like this episode of Raising Whiskey, leave us a like and see future episodes from us. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do, we'll see you next one.
Cheers.